Minecraft has no official story, no opening cutscene, no narrator, no explanation. You simply appear in a vast, silent world. But if you look closely, Minecraft is not a world being born, it is a world left behind. Ruins stand where people once lived. Structures exist without builders. Portals wait for travelers who never return. And nowhere in Minecraft represents this mystery better than the end. A place that feels unfinished, abandoned, and deeply wrong. So today we ask one simple question. What is the end, and what really happened there? Part 1. The End, a world that should not exist. The end is one of the three main dimensions in Minecraft, alongside the overworld and the nether. But unlike the others, the end feels unnatural. There are no forests, no oceans, no animals. Instead, there is only emptiness. Floating islands drift in a black void. The sky has no sun, no moon, no stars. There is no weather, no time of day. Everything about the end feels frozen. In Minecraft, natural worlds evolve. The overworld grows forests and rivers. The nether has ecosystems, hostile but alive. But the end does not grow. It does not change. It feels less like a world and more like a ruin suspended in space. This leads to an unsettling idea. The end was never meant to be a permanent home. Part 2. The player, the one who arrived too late. When you start Minecraft, you are not told who you are. No one welcomes you. No one explains the world. No one gives you a mission. You simply wake up alone. And yet, you somehow know how to craft tools, build structures, create portals. You have knowledge, but no memory. At the same time, the world around you is full of evidence that others were here before. Villages with no leaders, abandoned mine shafts, desert temples, underground strongholds. Strongholds are especially important. They are massive structures hidden deep underground, and they contain something very specific: portals to the end. These portals were not built by you, and they were not built recently, which raises a disturbing possibility. The player is not the beginning of the story. The player is the survivor, or the returner.
Part 3. Enderman, what remains of the past. The most iconic creature in the end is the Enderman. Tall, slender, black-skinned, with glowing purple eyes. Endermen can teleport, pick up and place blocks, observe the player from a distance. Most importantly, Endermen are the only creatures in Minecraft that interact with the world like humans do. They do not attack immediately. They only become hostile when you stare directly into their eyes, almost like fear or instinct. There is another unsettling detail. When players reverse the audio of Enderman sounds, many hear distorted, human-like speech. Mojang has never confirmed this, but the theory remains. Endermen were once human, trapped in the end for generations, exposed to an environment not meant for them, slowly changing. They lost their language, their identity, their home. If this theory is true, then the end is not just a dimension. It is a prison without walls.
Part 4. End Cities, proof of a lost civilization. Endermen alone might be coincidence, but end cities are not. Scattered across the outer islands of the end are massive structures known as end cities. They have organized architecture, staircases and rooms, loot and storage, advanced items like elytra, allowing flight. These cities were not formed naturally. They were designed. They prove something crucial. A civilization once lived in the end. But the Endermen we see today could not have built these cities. They lack organization. They lack technology. They lack society. So who built them? The most accepted theory is simple. The builders of end cities were once the same people who lived in the overworld. They came to the end to escape something, and in doing so, they doomed themselves. End cities are not homes. They are monuments to a failed escape.
Part 5. The Ender Dragon, Guardian or Prisoner? At the center of the End, there is only one living ruler, the Ender Dragon. It circles the main island endlessly. It does not leave. It does not explore. It behaves less like a wild beast and more like something bound to a role. This raises a critical question. Is the Ender Dragon protecting the End or trapped inside it? Some theories suggest the dragon was created as a guardian, or as a weapon, or as the final experiment of the End civilization. When the dragon is defeated, something strange happens. There is no celebration, no sense of victory, only silence, and a gateway opens, as if the Ender Dragon's purpose had already ended long ago.
Part 6. The Final Theory. The End as a Place of Escape. When all pieces are combined, a chilling story emerges. Long ago, the overworld had an advanced civilization. They explored the nether for resources. They built portals. They pushed too far. A catastrophe followed. To survive, they fled to the End. But the End was unstable, hostile to human life, slowly transformative. Over generations, humans became Endermen. Society collapsed. Cities were abandoned. The dragon remained as the last remnant. And then, silence. The player arrives not as a hero, but as a witness. You do not save the End. You simply close the final chapter.
Minecraft never tells you its story directly. It leaves behind ruins, empty spaces, and unanswered questions. The End is not the end of the game. It is the end of a civilization, a warning left in silence. And when you leave the End, the world continues as if nothing ever happened. Because in Minecraft, you did not arrive in time to stop the fall. You only arrived to understand it.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome videos.